First of all, a lot of processes start with emails that are received. There we use Metamaze, emails are received, and the attachments are uploaded to Metamaze. There the entity recognition takes place. For us, it's very important to have some key fields out of the invoice. For example, document dates, amounts, to name a few references, and so on. So we really need these entities to be there 100% sure. If Metamaze is able to retrieve them with the correct confidence rate, then we continue the process. If not, there is a manual step needed to annotate the fields. From there on, we go into our workflow where we perform some checks against the SAP system. For example, the VAT number retrieved from the supplier on the invoice is used to find a business partner in SAP. Imagine we were not able to find a business partner, then there is a user task that actually requests the end user to create a business partner because it's not in the system, it needs to be there to be able to create the invoice in SAP. That's just one example. Another example of a check we perform is like the open goods receipt matching. If there is a supplier invoice with a purchase order reference, then we check if the open goods receipt amount, so the goods that are received but not yet invoiced, if the amount matches the amount on the supplier invoice, because that is a perfect match, and then we can park this invoice or post this invoice in SAP. So that's where you see we have the Metamaze component, which is very important for us to get the data correct out of the PDF files. But then we also have a lot of logic in the backend, let's say, to check against an SAP system that what is gathered from the PDF is also usable or it can be used to create an invoice in SAP.
For now, we've started working on invoices, purchase order confirmations, but I believe basically any project that contains emails and documents and requires a larger scope in terms of process is a good candidate to automate together.
So I think every process where it starts with a document or where a document sooner or later gets involved in a process, that's a valid use case. For example, with the supplier invoices or purchase order confirmations, let's take another example. It takes quite some time to get to manually enter the data in an SAP system, and of course there are issues. Now people have to first get the data from the PDF and copy it in SAP, and then they have to solve the issues. What we try to do is get the data in SAP for them, so they can focus on the issues and do really the value-added tasks during their time at work.